All right, welcome back, guys, to the channel. Today we're going to be going over raids. There's kind of a lot of changes, so we'll go over raids, new bosses, and new champions that are being included, and kind of give some idea of who we think might be some of the better champions to use this time around. They've made a few changes that may have affected a lot of us. Me, for example, in my alliance, I always ran Vanguard, and I ran Absorbing Man, and Absorbing Man is no longer a champion that I can use. So I'm having to make a switch, and hopefully I'm making the right choice here. I'm using Vox against Prowler here, but we're going to talk about kind of all of the new champions that are being involved, who we might think are going to benefit us the most, and make this a better time for us, more enjoyable. And so we're going to go ahead and cut over to some of those things, go through each little bit and some ideas, and hopefully that'll help you out. So first and foremost, we're going to be going over the new bosses that we've got going on. So each one of them has changed. And so again, these are in no particular order because with raids, you can go any path anywhere and you can face them in different orders. Of course, besides the final boss, which this time around is going to be Professor X. But Prowler, Invisible Woman, and the Hood, you can fight in any order depending on the path that you choose. So talk with your alliance where you're going to be going and you'll figure out who you're facing down. So as you notice, they each have a miss mechanic. So that's something we're going to have to be dealing with here. So what I'd recommend is when you're looking at the champions to select, maybe consider people who can avoid miss. That might be helpful. You're going to gain it through roll force. You'll gain vigilance to counter miss, but it might be a little bit nice to have someone that can counter miss as well on top of that, just to make that a non-issue. So the assault champions, we've had a new we've had some subtractions, then some additions to each of the groups here. So as you can see, we've got Spider-Man 2099, Havoc, Toad, Morbius, Arcade, and Negasonic Teenage Warhead have been added. And these infographics, guys, are made by Kat Murdoch, and she's kind of ordered these and put people where we might think they'd be good. And these are really, really helpful. So give her a shout out if you see her on any social medias or things like that. It's really, really helpful, and I think that they deserve to be known for that. So just come with some of the ones that I would recommend, at least of the new champions, right? You've got your go-tos, but looking at Spider-Man 2099 on dot boost could be really good. Havoc, I would say probably on Prowess Ender would be really good. And then Negasonic Teenage Warhead on Siphon Slider over there at the end could be really, really useful. None of these are guaranteed, but go ahead and try them out. Moving on to Vanguard. So the Vanguard champions, this one kind of hurt me a little bit, right? I was using Absorbing Man. He's no longer available. But we've got a lot of good additions. Void is a great addition. Emma Frost is a great addition. Omega Sentinel, Ironheart could be good. But again, try some of these champions out. I really think that Emma Frost on Shield Smasher would be good. She might be able to replace Absorbing Man there. She'd be really strong there. Void on Weak Spot, definitely. And Ironheart on Critical Armor could be good too. But if your champion was unaffected, then just keep doing your thing. But those are some of the ones I'd recommend for this upcoming season. Moving on to the Tactician class. So we've got White Tiger and Howard the Duck being added, along with Destroyer, Sorcerer Supreme, Wong, Mangog, Diablo, and the Ebony Maw. So funny enough, I thought I was kind of excited for White Tiger to be added here, but I'm not seeing one of the buffs that really just goes for her. So that's kind of the struggle I'm seeing. Funny enough, like Howard the Duck might be better with the super um, buff than White Tiger might be. But test them out and let me know. That's just some thoughts. Superior Iron Man being added would be really, really cool. I know that with his buff, he's gotten really, really strong. He has like phases of large amounts of damage with lots of buffs that he carries. It might be hard to hold on to him, is kind of the thing with the raids, but I'd love to see how that works out. I think a lot of people could pull that off. There's plenty of different combinations that you guys can go with. Talk to your alliance on how you're going to do these. But those are some of the recommendations that I'd make. And let me know how it goes. And good luck to you guys out in the battle realm.